Welcome to the Perth Hockey Stadium. It is the preliminary final of the Men's Premier 1 competition. And this will decide who will play in the grand final next weekend against Old Aquinas, better known as Reds. Today it is University of WA Hockey Club against Victoria Park Xavier Hockey Club. And it should be an absolute cracker of a match. UWA finished second on the table with 34 points. Behind them in third spot was Vic Park on 33 points. So very little to choose between the two over their full seasons. Vic Park lost 3 games, UWA lost 4. But coming into the semi-finals last weekend, UWA were on a run of 9 games unbeaten. And then they lost last weekend, unfortunately for them, to Reds by 4 goals to 2. In the semi-final, though, it was a victory for Vic Park against Hale, and that is why they are playing this match and get a chance to play off to go through to the grand final next weekend. We've had one game here today, and that was in the Women's Premier 1, and I must say it was a good day for Hale as they are going to go back-to-back in the grand final. As we turn our attention now to the team lineups, and first of all, UWA. Well, the players to look out for in the UWA lineup, and there's just one change from last week, and that is no Flynn Ogilvie, as he has a partial tear of his posterior cruciate ligament, and we wish him a very speedy recovery. But the players to look out for in this game, Nathan Ephraim's played his first game last week for UWA, and that is because the high-performance players are outside of the restrictions, and he will be a key player today. You also feel that Tom Wickham, wearing number 10, will be a vital player. I feel Daniel Timms, their captain, is going to have a big game today. Harry Golding, well, he's been in a rich vein of form. He, too, is another player to look out for. But for me, the difference between the two teams will be the goalkeepers today. I think whoever has the better game will be the victor today. We turn our attention to Victoria Park, and again, they have got a big game ahead of them. 2 Kookaburras in their lineup. Jacob Wetton and Matthew Dawson both have had a massive influence on the team this year. Look out for Ben Taylor from penalty corners and also Shane Benful, because they are very dangerous, and they also have Miyu Tanemitsu, their Japanese import, who can also score from penalty corners. Dom Hurd in goal for them, and as I mentioned, Christian Starkey in goal for UWA. They, to me, could be the difference between victory or not. Umpires for this match are Tim Gears and Reese Young. And the coaches of both teams, Brendan Gans is the coach of UWA and Andrew Just, the coach of Victoria Park. And no doubt Andrew Just will be very pleased with the way things are going, because he coached the Vic Park women for 3 years, then moved across as the head coach of the men in 2018, was assistant coach last year. But the women have obviously, under Ian Bircher this year, have done fantastically well. Won the minor premiership and are now in the grand final. The big question is, can Vic Park emulate the success of their women's team and get their men into the grand final as well? UWA stand before them, and they will be looking to prevent that happening. You can see down below Flynn Ogilvie with his leg in a brace, offering his encouragement to the players. And I do feel for him, having had a similar injury myself. It is a very frustrating road back. So this will be an absolute cracker of a game, you feel. I'm Ashley Morrison, and I'm going to be bringing you all of the action. And I'd just like to thank our sponsors who've made the live stream possible this year. Healthway, Curtin University, Making Tomorrow Better, CBH Group, Just Hockey, the #1 hockey store in Australia, Normandy Foods, Motive Travel, and the Department of Local Government, Sport and Cultural Industries. The department works with hockey and other sports to support athletes and teams to achieve at all levels, including local, national and international. Now the umpires making their way out now from the shadows, and UWA in the green making their way out down below us as well. This will be a battle royale, you feel. If we look at the games earlier in the season, well, in July it was a 2-0 victory for Vic Park, and then in August, when Vic Park won a great run, it was a 6-2 victory for UWA. So read into that what you may. I think it'll tell you that this will be a really intriguing encounter. I'm expecting a few goals. but it will certainly be hard fought. And nice to see a few handshakes out on the pitch. Brody Saab just shaking hands there with the man opposite him. I think it was Harry Golding. So we're just waiting for Dom Hurd. I think he's behind his goal, just having a final drink of water in his own time. Just comes forward, gives the umpires a thumbs up and says, I'm ready. Needs to get his protective gear on. Whistle goes and the preliminary final underway. Ball played straight back to Fisher. Fisher, who was outstanding in my opinion for UWA in that game against Aquinas. Comes wide to Fraser Gerrard. Lovely turn by Tom Wickham. Sasha Thomas giving chase, but Wickham turns into the circle he goes. And the ball breaks for a penalty corner, and straight away, Vic Park on the defence. Tom Wickham showing what he is here to do today. And if we look at the form from penalty corners, it is actually Vic Park who've got the better record this season. Of their 59 goals, 28 came from penalty corners, whereas UWA, from their 63 goals, only 11 goals from penalty corners. So Lachlan Buzzico is at the first battery. It's slipped wide, and it's saved on the line, and that'll be a penalty stroke. Well, no chance really of getting out of the way from that one. And a little bit of frustration shown there as it just caught, I think it was Ben Taylor on the line, or was it Jake Wetton? It might have been, yeah, it was Jake Wetton on the line. So there could be the perfect start now. Tom Wickham strolls forward. Dom Hurd just cleaning up the gear behind, playing a little bit of mind games. And the umpire really needs to just get him in his goal. So it will be Wickham against Hurd. Dom Hurd steps forward onto his line. Tom Wickham moves his stick behind the ball. The whistle goes, he flicks. It's gone underneath Hurd, and it is the opening goal of the match scored by Tom Wickham. And what a start. We're not even out at the first minute. That's just 30 seconds. So the perfect start for UWA, and it'll be interesting now how Vic Park respond. Tom Wickham, his 18th goal of the season, his 4th from a penalty stroke. Ben Taylor comes wide now to Bircher. Down the line it goes to Jason Gabriel. Gabriel just tries to play the ball infield to Sasha Thomas, and Wickham penalised this time. Thomas has lost his shin guard. And just goes over to the side. The ball tried to be played into the circle by Dawson. Almost dribbled out by Kobe Green. A lot of people feeling that Flynn Ogilvie, when he came back from over East and joined UWA, had such a huge influence on the team. He'd scored 7 goals, and they thought missing him today would be a big, big blow to the university side. Just like to repeat for those of you who joined Nathan Ephraim's, who played his first game for the club in their previous semi-final, was allowed to do so because the high-performance players fall outside of the game requirements to qualify to play inside the final series, because obviously we want to see the high-performance players getting game time because it will benefit the national team. Stepping out but catching his shins was Fraser Gerrard. Matthew Dawson has had a huge season for Vic Park and said he's really enjoyed playing in the midfield and getting the chance to run around there rather than sitting in the back line as he does for the national team. Comes to him again. That looked as if it went up off the stick of Kobe Green. A tumble there, and Losing his stick, though, was Sasha Thomas, and now there's a chance for Wickham to carry the ball forward for UWA. Wickham cuts in on the angle, tries to play it in. Dawson, it was Taylor, in fact, got a touch. And it will be a free hit to Vic Park, who just look a little bit slow at the moment. Just don't seem to have clicked straight away. Maybe that penalty stroke just taking the wind out of their sails. Collins plays a diagonal pass, but unfortunately was a long way away from its intended recipient, Kai Stirrett. Pressure now being applied. Geddes got his pass to Wickham. Wickham managed to find the foot of Battistessa. In the air it goes again. Bircher running back and 16 given. Bit of a death stare from Ephraim's to the umpire, Tim Gears. I think he felt that that should have been his free hit. Bircher swinging his stick above his head as he was running back. Tanemitsu, and a good pass to Stirrett. Stirrett's heavy touch. Geddes will get there. And then helping him out is Jack Leversuch. Leversuch, faced with two Vic Park players, just stops and they play it over the side for him. Then he throws it to the air. And that's probably going to run out of play. Golding, though, gives chase. Did that catch the foot of Golding? No, I don't think it did. Benfull finds Wetton now, the man who was struck behind the goalkeeper for the penalty stroke. Wickham again. Wickham, great tackle, top of the circle. Taylor using his long reach. Finds Dawson now. Taylor continues his run through the middle. Great ball to Stirrett. Stirrett got a touch. Starkey, though, puts his foot through it, and over the side it goes. Good first touch for Christian Starkey. Means so much for a goalkeeper to get a nice, solid touch early in the game. Wetton being impeded by Kobe Green, and the whistle finally goes, and Wetton's going, how long do I have to wait for the whistle? So Wetton now over the ball for Victoria Park. Benfull. And Benfull played it into the foot of Kobe Green. He'll get another free hit. Plays on, but it's not taken from anywhere near where it hit Green's foot, so we're going to have to come back. Dawson now, well, he didn't stop the ball, so again, going to have to go back. And the umpire not quite happy, I don't think, with the actual position. It certainly don't think it hit there. It was a good metre or so ahead of that, but anyway, Dawson flicks it audaciously into the circle. Ricocheted, I think, up as Wetton shoots. It's gone in. Well, Jake Wetton, what a response. Gave away the penalty straight. Christian Starkey, I think, was unsighted. And Wetton has pulled his team back. Perfect response. Just the 6th minute of the game. And Wetton gets a field goal. You said this game would be tight and there'll be goals in it. So Wickham tries to spark his team again. Borza gives it away to Dawson. Dawson, though, overran it and then rips the stick out of Kobe Green's hands. Kobe Green gets the free hit. I think that was actually intended by Dawson, and you just feel there's a little of an edge to this game now. And again, appeals there from the UWA players as Kane Evans tries to get around the back. He got the better of Dawson, goes to the back of the circle, but right waiting to clear the danger was Kai Stirrett. Coming back and getting that one for Vic Park is Battistessa. He's turned well. Dawson, well, Battistessa and Dawson getting in each other's way, and a little bit fortunate that came off the foot of the UWA player. It was Andrew Smith who's come in for Flynn Ogilvie. Plenty of experience on the shoulders of Andrew Smith. Golding trying to put pressure on Tanemitsu. Just lost out and coming back. Kobe Green going to be closed down, and that, did it catch the heel? No, it didn't, of Vaitakanis. Collins watched that all the way onto his stick, brought it down, and now has acres of space in front of him. Kobe Green waits and now looks to pounce, but Collins goes past him. Collins slips it out wide, and the pass, unfortunately, from Aidan Lowes, just a little bit off radar and a little bit off target. Veitakanis not in a bad position inside the circle. Timms brings the ball down and feeds it into the path of Wickham. Wickham accelerates, drills it towards goal. What a touch! And the replacement for Flynn Ogilvie, Andrew Smith, has rewarded his coach for the selection. A brilliant touch, leaving Hurd no chance whatsoever. And UWA have taken back the lead. Well, what a start to this game. 3 goals in the first 9 minutes. And normally you see teams very cautious coming into a preliminary semi-final, but these two are both going for it. Great to see. Although the coaches might not feel quite the same way. Good steal by Dawson, and there's a chance now for Vic Park. Running through the middle is Brodie Sarr. Dawson forced wide, and then a little push in the back from Fraser Gerrard. Well, you'd have to say he was lucky he got away with a couple of little nibbles at Dawson, and then in the end, he took a big bite by shoving him in the back. So first penalty corner now for Victoria Park. And as I said, they're very dangerous from penalty corners this season. And this will be interesting to see what they come up with here and whether they can pull themselves level. Making his way to the baseline is Shane Benful. Miyu Tanamitsu at the first battery. And waiting at the second is Big Ben Taylor. So they go to Taylor. Taylor flicks. It took a deflection off the first runner, so it will in fact be another penalty corner. I think that caught Gerrard as he was running out. No complaints from UWA over the decision. Benful just checking that what he's got to do is still the same, I think. So will it go to Taylor again? Yes, they do. Trap. Taylor has to retrieve that, and this time he's caught Fraser Gerrard again on the knee. Retake has been given. Fraser Gerrard in a bit of pain. So it was either just above his shin pad. And the umpires are going to confer, and we may see this decision changed. No, it is going to remain a penalty corner. So third penalty corner in a row now for Victoria Park. Gerrard back on his feet, not limping. And the message comes from the bench. So will they go with Taylor again, or will they now give Tanamitsu the opportunity to pull his team level once more? They go to Tanamitsu. It's between his legs. He had a lot of work to do. Comes to Dawson. Back to Tanamitsu. Great tackle. And that was brilliant by Borza. And now Wickham receives on halfway. Faced with Sasha Thomas. Wickham forced down the line and over the side he goes. Good defensive play by Thomas. UWA will be pleased that they have defended 3 penalty corners without conceding. And then stepping into that space, and Thomas continues as Borza complains. Good important touch from Leversuch, takes it over the side. Otherwise it could have been trouble at the back because Vic Park were looking to go in along the baseline. Ian Bircher. Taylor. Into the circle it goes. Long corner, just stepping ahead of Aidan Lowes was Buzziko. Buzziko was given a tough task last week to try and mark Blake Govers. And the diagonal pass goes over the sideline. Nobody in that space for Vic Park. So 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Pass down the line, and desperately looking to get on the end of that is Ephraim's. And was that a free hit just outside the circle? I think it was. Yep. Oh no, it's a long corner being given. Buzzico now. A little bit of a dispute there. Cam Geddes stays out of it, but gets the decision. Goes to Fisher. And it's a good steal from Veitakanes, taking it away from Borza. Not much support, though. Now there's Wetton. Wetton with a little bit of space ahead of him. Advances towards the circle. Great stop from Timms. Into the circle it went. Lowe's, edge of the circle, has won a penalty corner. Vic Park now with their 4th penalty corner in this first quarter. They would really like to get an equaliser and start the second quarter on even terms. Starkey with it all to do. Turnover coming from Chris Borza on halfway. Again, he was a player missed most of the season. Got stuck in Melbourne with work due to the COVID pandemic. And that was why, as a regular player for the club, he was again allowed to play, because he's never played for anybody else and has always been at the club, and it was a work situation preventing him playing. And this time Wetton decides to take it, deflects wide. Well, Tanemitsu looked a little bit surprised. I think Wetton just felt that the injection maybe was too far to his right to be able to block it for Tanemitsu, so decided to take it himself. Collins, Aidan Lowe's collects just outside the circle, forced away by Buzzico, and over the side it goes. So good defence from UWA. Ball brought down by Timms, but Timms will get the free hit. Not being taken from the right spot once more, so ball left behind. Calling for it's Kobe Green, who's on the square pass. Also coming back now wanting the ball is Greenwood. All the way back to Borza. Geddes now. And there's space now for Fraser Gerrard. Gerrard goes infield. Gets the pass back from Greenwood. Edge of the circle, it goes inside the circle. Greenwood collects again. Wetton just gets a touch. And it goes out over the side and will be UWA ball. Into the circle it goes. It's going to break for UWA. It's dribbling towards the goal. Wickham turns and Wickham makes it 3-1 to UWA. Well, what a start to this game. Tom Wickham with 2 goals in the first quarter. And it just dribbled towards him, and it looked like it had missed everybody. And then Wickham stayed calm, spun, no defender near him. And so now a 2-goal cushion to UWA, and Vic Park are really going to be tested. Wetton closed down by Kobe Green. Wetton runs towards Ephraim's, and again Kobe Green infringes again. So Wetton slowly edging his way closer to the circle. Drills that one in. The deflection was from Dawson towards goal. And a long corner won by Vic Park. Wetton again stands over the ball as we enter the final minute of this first quarter. Bircher tries to turn, taken away from him by Wickham. Wickham holding play up. Batistessa a little bit heavy on Wickham. Down the line he goes, finds Ephraim's. What a pass that was. Ephraim's now, top of the circle. Taylor trying to just snipe away, gets the free hit. And Taylor just being told to calm things down by his teammates. Wetton now. Will go on the reverse stick, tries the diagonal ball, but he got the back stick on that as it just bobbled and went in the air. or it may have been actually that it was just a little bit of danger as he played it. Fisher over the ball, but there will be no more play in the first quarter as Fisher sensibly just withholds the ball. But what a first quarter we've had. 4 goals in all. Penalty stroke in the first 31 seconds converted by Tom Wickham. Jake Wetton then pulling Vic Park level before a brilliant finish from Andrew Smith saw UWA steal it back, and then Tom Wickham getting his second with just 2 minutes left in the quarter. And that means that UWA are 3 and Victoria Park 1 as we go into the first break. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium, where second quarter about to get underway, and if it's anything like the first, you do not want to go anywhere. 4 goals in the first 15 minutes. Vic Park trailing 3-1. Can they come back? Plenty of support for them here, Vic Park Panthers, and they will hope that their team can come back. Fraser Gerrard. Buzzico goes back to Gerrard again. Certainly Vic Park have got the experience on the park to come back. Great run down the left-hand flank and cutting infield, but just showed a little bit too much of the ball there was Jack Leversuch. Collins goes to the air. That'll fall for Buzzico. Gabriel just hangs off. Infield it comes to Fisher. Geddes now. Lowe's very nearly stole that, but it's Gerrard who's collected it for UWA. And that was really a nothing pass in the end. Geddes again, just stepping forward, and over the side it went off his stick. Now it's Wetton for Vic Park. Faced with Tom Wickham. Wetton self passes and throws it to the air. It's going to come down for Aidan Lowe's. Play on was the call. And over the baseline it goes off the stick of Fraser Gerrard. Long corner now to Vic Park. Matthew Dawson calling for the ball. Dawson, that avenue closed down. Aidan Lowe's came back to Dawson, and he's got a free hit just outside the circle. Ball ricocheting up off a UWA stick. Tom Wickham again, just using his body and not letting the ball get to Dawson. Dawson shoots from top of the circle and got right underneath that. Almost hit the top of the safety net behind the goal. Slightly higher press this time from Vic Park as they try to force a mistake. Buzzico though finding Green, and Green in turn finding Fisher. Now Wetton almost stole that. Gabriel comes forward and Brody Saar got possession for Vic Park, and you heard maybe the groans from Vic Park players who felt that it was a fair challenge. Goes to the air again, and that time missed by Cam Geddes. Gone out, though, over the sideline. So, drilled forward. Mistrap, though, by Gerard. Dawson now out wide for Vic Park. Plays a short pass into Collins. Collins looks to squeeze between Green and Buzzico. Still has possession. He's got past both of them now. Collins was looking for the ball on the baseline to Gabriel. Just deflected away at the last minute. It's another long corner conceded. Short pass, full reach from Timms. Sees it back with UWA. Now it's Golding. Golding accelerates over halfway. Dawson giving chase. Golding running across him diagonally and shielding the ball. And that's why he was penalised. Was not allowing Dawson the opportunity to tackle. Bircher. And again the ball goes off a UWA stick for a long corner. In fact, I think it was Batistessa, not Bircher. My apologies. This is Bircher. Oh, great defence in the end from Leversuch. He lost it for a moment, then recovered, found the ball and took it out over the side. So UWA at the moment are under a little bit of pressure. They're holding firm at the back, but you just feel one lapse in concentration as Saar gets inside the circle. Dinks the ball across. It'll break to Batistessa. And the pressure came in from Fisher. Batistessa's shot going again a long way over the crossbar. Buzzico allowed to carry the ball out, but then a mistake from him. He played it square, nobody was there. So now Vic Park, and it's a misdirected pass that time from Wetton. Gives possession straight back to UWA. Buzzico this time goes square to Fraser Gerard. He's closed down by Brody Saar, but the pass still manages to find Wickham. Off the stick of Gabriel, it goes over the side, and Gabriel immediately takes a little bit of a breather. Fraser Gerard again. What a pass. Into the circle it goes. Shot is saved from Evans, but followed up, and Wickham has a hat-trick. Well, everybody just stood still inside the circle from Vic Park. Shot was initially saved by Hurd, but then it rebounded to Wickham, who said, "Thank you very much. I'll have a hat-trick and a fourth for UWA." Well, now you have to question, is there a way back for Vic Park? 3 goals down. Still obviously half an hour and the whole of the second half and another 9 minutes left here. But 3 goals is a very big ask, especially against a team who've only conceded 30 all season. Incredible thing is Vic Park only conceded 21 coming into the finals. Evans carries it forward again for UWA. Wetton snapping behind, tries to steal it away. Played square to Wickham. Tom Wickham has had a massive impact, not just by scoring the goals, but just his running with the ball on his stick. Almost stolen by Sasha Thomas. Borza, self passes. Thomas got a touch. Lowe's too got a touch, but it's going to break for UWA. Borza goes infield. Not the best of touches that time coming from Jacob Evans. And then off his foot it goes. 2 Evans brothers, half brothers, playing in this match. And Fraser Gerard. And it's all getting a little bit interesting, I think we'll say. A few little niggles off the ball. One back by Evans again. Looked to lay it back, stayed on the line. Infield it goes. Batistessa holds off Kobe Green, goes back to Bircher. Dawson now. Tanemitsu is wide, but Dawson decides to try and carry it forward. Kane Evans closed him down and in the end had to go back to Taylor, and Dawson again retreating, now trying to pull Evans out of the defensive line. Kobe Green closes him down. Dawson again looks to pull away from Green once more. Green, though, reached across and is penalised and shows his displeasure at the decision. Bircher now, a little bit of space, looks to drill that into the circle. That caught Evans, just wears it. Great pass to Wetton, top of the circle. And Wetton squeezed that one into the turf and then created the danger as Buzzico played it shoulder height. The opportunity's coming Vic Park's way, but at the moment they've all gone high or just been lifted inside the circle. Just running out of space there was Timms. And there's a little bit of space there for Sasha Thomas now. Good movement by Wickham, who closed down the option of the pass to Veitakanis. Taylor to Tanemitsu. Collins now. Evans ahead of him. Collins pulls away from him. Collins now reverse stick. Touch is there. Starkey with a good save inside the circle. Fraser Gerrard closed down again, this time by Sasha Thomas. Gerrard still keeps possession for UWA. Fires it wide to Wickham. And Wickham, good skills, and just falls over the top of Hayden Veitakanis' stick. Borza throws it to the air, and coming into danger were both Evans and Dawson. Jacob Evans, in fact it's Greenwood rather, now it's Fisher. So Greenwood over the ball, goes back to Borza. Buzzico, short pass to Smith. Buzzico again. Tanemitsu tried to block, but it caught his body. Fisher now. Geddes helps it forward. Ephraim's, no touch. Ephraim's is saying that there was a touch off the stick of Collins. Collins, you wouldn't want to play poker against him if there was. Doesn't give anything away. And a miss-hit pass. Smith nearly got that, but good recovery by Sasha Thomas. Smith almost stole it away in combination with Jacob Evans. And Tanemitsu just taken off the ball there. And a green card given to Jacob Evans. So he'll have 2 minutes on the side, and UWA down to 10 players with 4 minutes left for the next 2 minutes. Collins on the left-hand side, a little bit of space for him to work in. Closed down though now, forced away from the goal by Ephraim's. Taylor comes to Benfill again. Benfill may go straight down the guts now. He does indeed. It takes a touch. Gabriel's trying to get there. Desperate defending at the back from Borza on that occasion. Thomas, good pass to find Gabriel. Gabriel along the baseline, squares it, and it's a save from Starkey to deny Brody Sarr. Brody Sarr must have thought he was going to pull a goal back there for his team. But Geddes and Starkey combined well to keep that one out for UWA. Tanemitsu. Into the circle it goes again. Good defence though from Buzzico. Just plays it forward to Timms. Timms takes it to the sideline. Surrounded by players, and eventually over the side it goes off the stick of Vic Park. Thrown to the air. Ephraim's, oh, he couldn't bring it down. So close. He was watching it, and it just must have missed the end of his stick by millimetres. Tanemitsu. Smith, oh, great dummy by Tanemitsu. Although he's shown a little bit too much there, and Smith has stolen it back for UWA. Wickham carries over half-time, glances at the clock, sees there's 2 minutes left and a little bit more. Great pass back to Smith. Wickham's waiting at the penalty spot. Crossed the face of goal. Good save initially by Dom Hurd and fired into the shins. Now here come Vic Park. They need a goal, you feel, before half-time to close this gap. Wetton, shaped as if he was going to go to the far side. He does, but it's too far ahead of Brodie Sarr, who just stopped his run momentarily. Wasn't quite on the same wavelength as Wetton, who had decided to stop, almost fool the opposition that he wasn't going to make that pass, and then got himself in a position where he could make the pass, but by then Brodie Sarr had just momentarily stopped the run forward. Great awareness by Wetton. Sarr gets a touch on that one. Thomas combines with Sarr. Looked to play it into the foot of Kobe Green, but got the stick instead. So it's a ball from the side now for Vic Park as we're edging towards half-time. Stepping out that time was Kane Evans. Brodie Sarr again into the circle, finds Gabriel. Gabriel turns and shoots, and just again into the turf. It bounced up and hit Borza. So the opportunities have been there for Vic Park. They just haven't been as clinical as UWA, or should I say Tom Wickham. Geddes pulled away from Vetacanis. Dawson giving chase. Good pass. Ephraim's tries to turn inside the circle. Almost broke for Wickham. Good defence once more coming from Sasha Thomas coming back. Gabriel lets that run. Wetton puts pressure on Borza, but his pass is a good one to Timms. Evans, down the line he goes. Good steal again and played into the feet. So Collins now over the ball for Vic Park. Drills it forward edge of the circle, and Borza happy to just push it out over the side in the last 10 seconds of the first half. Sarr needs to get it inside the circle quickly, and he's not going to do it. And that will be the end of the first half as the hooter goes now. Just the one goal in that second quarter. Who else but Tom Wickham? Wickham getting his third goal of the match. So a first half hat-trick, and it puts UWA in a fantastic position going into the long break. It is UWA 4, Victoria Park 1. Welcome back to the Perth Hockey Stadium. Half-time here in this preliminary final for the Men's Premier 1 division. And it's a great scoreline if you're a UWA fan. UWA 4, Victoria Park 1. And it's going to take something special from Victoria Park to get back in this game. Tom Wickham opened the scoring from a penalty stroke in just 31 seconds. Completed his hat-trick in the 21st minute. And that is actually his third hat-trick of the season, having scored 3 against Fremantle and 6 against Whitfords earlier in the season. It also brings our grand total to 29 hat-tricks in the men's competition this year, which is a phenomenal effort by all concerned. And it's going to take something special, you feel, from Victoria Park to come back into this match. Interestingly, the last premiership won by UWA was 2017. The last premiership won by Vic Park was 2012, and they share a common opponent. They both beat Wasps in the final. And you've got to go all the way back to 1945 for UWA's first title, whereas the first title by Vic Park was 1996. They're a little bit of a younger club, only formed in 1962 as opposed to UWA, which was formed in 1924. Can Vic Park come back? That's the question. Everyone, I think, around us is not so sure they can. But they do have the firepower. They have created opportunities, but at the moment, they haven't been able to get the ball past Christian Starkey more than once. Breaking up now, and the big question is, can they lift? They're really going to need players like Jake Wetton to really inspire them in the midfield, and Matthew Dawson. And Gabriel walking out, talking to both of those players. Hayden Vaitakanis, well, we've seen that he can score goals, and he's actually got the most goals against UWA for Vic Park in the last 3 seasons. And he's hardly had the ball really in the first half. And maybe if he can see a little bit more of the ball in the second half, that may be the difference. This fixture usually averages around 5 goals. We're already at that point, so well on average. So we're ready now for the second half to start. Just waiting now for Christian Starkey to get his helmet on and grab his stick. He says to the umpire he's okay. The whistle goes and Jason Gabriel gets us underway. Wetton, oh, he was stepping in off the outside of Leversuch, and if he'd have brought that down, would have had a clear run at goal. Leversuch was a little bit relieved that that was the case. In it goes. Oh, what a deflection. Gabriel denied by Starkey. It'll be Gabriel again. Starkey saves again. Well, Christian Starkey, I don't know how he kept the first one out, but he did, and that is 2 superb saves by Christian Starkey. And it's saves like that that make teams wonder if it's not their day. Taylor now. Through it goes. Brodie Saar gets the decision, wants the ball quickly. Jake Wetton steps forward. Wickham comes back. Wetton runs at Wickham. He runs across, plays it into the circle, but good defence again from UWA, and they just carry it calmly out of defence. Good steal that time from Taylor to take it away from Golding. Now it's Green. Oh, lovely touch infield from Collins, and he managed to find Thomas. It could, of course, gone the other way, and it could have set UWA up, but as it was, worked out very well for James Collins. Wetton, just a heavy touch from him, and Kobe Green reaches, takes the ball away, and looks to launch another attack for UWA. Wickham now, the danger man out wide. Off the stick of Taylor it goes, over the side. Tom Wickham again advances, top of the circle, pings it in, and Collins brought it down, and Taylor just pushes it wide, but caught the foot of his teammate. Wickham over the ball once more for UWA. Hush around the stadium. It's almost as if every attack UWA, people feel they're going to get a goal. Buzzico goes wide. Fisher down the line to Geddes. Almost stolen by Aidan Lowes, but eventually the ball goes off Geddes' stick, so it will be UWA's ball. Vic Park ball. Brodie Sarr doesn't manage to bring it down. Now Wickham again looks to take on Sasha Thomas. Dawson deflects that one away, but he won't get the ball, and it's just played onto his foot. He's a bit frustrated. Clever play by Cameron Geddes. UWA keeping possession well now as Fraser Gerrard just gives it away, as I say that, to Brodie Sarr. Was that kicked by Kobe Green? Not according to the umpire. Geddes tries to bang that one in, and that's straight off the foot that time of Golding. Well, everybody leaving the ball, Taylor and Benfull. Eventually Benfull comes back, takes a touch, and Ephraim saying, well, that had to be danger when he threw it, and some would say he's right. Wickham again, shaped to go infield, then runs forward, accelerates well, finds Ephraim's top of the circle. Ephraim's tries to create space, shot on the run, goes past Hurd's right-hand post, much to the relief of the Vic Park stopper. Because that really would have put the seal on the match, you feel. Vic Park need to score the next goal, just to give themselves the hope of coming back. Wetton, great ball forward, and unfortunately not trapped inside the circle by Kai Stirrett, and Gabriel was running round behind him. So that was a little bit frustrating for Vic Park. It was a good ball by Wetton, and it should have deserved, or at least ended up with, a shot at goal. Buzzico throws it long again. Taylor didn't bring it down, and Golding couldn't get it down either. Maybe that was a calculated miss by Ben Taylor. Benfull goes to Dawson. Dawson turns away from Wickham. Faced with Smith. Goes infield now to Wetton. Good combination, Dawson and Wetton. Dawson now tries to fire it forward again. Kobe Green steps out. Combines well with Fraser Gerrard. And look at the space Wickham's got again. Wickham now advancing. Takes Bircher and Benfull with him. Wickham along the baseline. Wickham, and upended by Dom Hurd, but Hurd came out well, blocked the ball, and Wickham went after that. Now there's a chance for Vic Park coming forward. Batistessa looking to go infield from Fisher, finds Wetton. Wetton now advancing on the left-hand side. Wetton looks to drill it across the face of goal. Good block again from Buzzico. Not sure if it came off Starkey's pads before it came to him. Tim's now on halfway for UWA. Looks to go infield. Tanemitsu follows him, but Tim's got away from him momentarily. Batistessa cleans up. Taylor was being hassled by Smith. Benfull finds Tanemitsu. Stirrett now. And Stirrett leaves a lot of work for Tanemitsu to do. Not quite sure what Kai Stirrett was trying to do there. Kobe Green pulls away from Veitakanis, but the pressure is going to pay dividends for Vic Park. It'll be their ball from the side, and Bircher comes across to take it. Ian Bircher, 19 caps for the Kookaburras. Benfull. Taylor. Another good pass finds Aidan Lowes. Lowes, though, being chased by Borza. Good pass to Veitakanis. Veitakanis into the circle, looking to set up his teammates, but it just ran away at the vital stage. Sherwood combines well with Jacob Evans and just ran away from Timms over the side. Vic Park have had their moments. They've got in around the defence but haven't been able to get the shot away. Although Starkey, of course, made great double save from Jason Gabriel. And you feel that may well be a crucial time. And two crucial saves as Aidan Lowes looks to go along the baseline. Fraser Gerrard steals it away from him. Kane Evans wins the free hit for UWA. It's gone past the halfway stage of the third quarter. No goals from either team so far. Buzziko, Leversuch, shows a bit of the ball but gets on the end of it. Andrew Smith, brilliant finish by him, who came in as the replacement for Flynn Ogilvie, who, if you've just joined us, is out because he's got a partial tear of his posterior cruciate ligament. He's down there with his leg in a brace. Smith plays it forward again. Smith collects and is determined to get there. Hurd now kicks it out to Batistessa. Batistessa looks to pull away from Green, plays it into the foot of Borza. Tanamutsu just showed a little bit too much there, but he sucked Smith in and then managed to go past him. Being followed all the way. That's good work coming from Greenwood. Fraser Gerrard, short pass to Kobe Green. Looks to advance, gets past Brody Saar, but Sasha Thomas steals it away. Green chasing Thomas. Thomas tumbles. Now Buzziko. Green. His pass is a good one. Jacob Evans to Wickham. Down the line it goes, but too far ahead of Ephraim's. Approaching the final 5 minutes of the third quarter. Vic Park need to try and get a goal before the end of this 15-minute spell, because you just feel against UWA trying to score 3 in the last 15 minutes is a big ask. Wickham. Fraser Gerrard just scanning what's ahead. Borza goes back to Gerrard. Down the line it goes. Ephraim's won't keep that in play. Taylor. Wetton. Maybe just expecting too much of Jake Wetton. A few players around him needing to just try and maybe take some of that pressure off Wetton as he tries to steer his club into the grand final. Jake Wetton, who's won pretty much everything there is to win in the game except for an Olympic gold medal. And I don't think he's won a club championship. I couldn't find any record of it in Australia. Gabriel into the circle he goes, weaving his way through. Wickham makes the tackle. And Gabriel comes back and wins it back. Wetton, will he keep that in play? Yes, he does. Brilliant play. Well, sliding and so aware of where the pitch was and where the ball was. Brilliant by Jake Wetton. Taylor now. Tanemitsu. Tanemitsu beats one. Looks to find the foot just on the edge of the circle. Of course, the ball must go 5 meters, so Tanemitsu kind of hemmed in. He goes back towards the corner flag. Looks to drill it in. Gerrard feeds it forward to Timms. And that's a good steal from Tanemitsu, but Borza now on the ball for UWA. And Borza took it over the side, but it must have got a touch off Tanemitsu. Leversuch being closed down now Played it into the shins of Taylor. Fisher. Borza. Fraser Gerrard, good skills from him, finds Cam Geddes. Geddes now over the 23-metre line. Short little pass from him, finds Ephraim's. Ephraim's, can he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Ephraim's turns onto his forestick. 3D skills, takes it closer to the byline. Hurd is on the ground. UWA need to get the shot away. Still alive, and the shot does come in eventually, and it's pushed behind by Dom Hurd. I think everybody stopped for a moment expecting the whistle. Didn't come. It's a long corner UWA. Fisher goes back to Gerrard. Now it's Buzzico. Buzzico carries to 23. Slides it in at the top of the circle. Wickham collects, goes back outside of the D. And Wickham gets a free hit for UWA. Withdraws away from the circle, plays it in. He was looking for Timms. It just got caught underneath his legs and he couldn't get a shot away. Final minute and a half now of this third quarter. Gerrard, good pass down the line and just gone out of play along the baseline. Vic Park are going to leave it late if they are going to come back in this match now, you feel. Unless they can get one in this final minute of the third quarter. Jake Wetton wins a free hit, moves on, but Tim Gear's not happy with where he took the free hit from. And Wetton just showing his frustration. And it's UWA, get a deflection, keep possession. Ephraim's tries to get on the end. Taylor just comes onto the front foot and plays an edgy drive, which goes out over the sideline on halfway. More of a cricket shot than a hockey shot. Fraser Gerrard closed down by Gabriel. Buzzico has space. He also has Kane Evans outside him. Timms now just taken away from him, but Evans will collect again for UWA. Faced with Stirrett. Stirrett to Wesley boys. And the hooter goes, and that is the end of the third quarter. So no goals to either side in that 15-minute period. Starkey making a great double save from Jason Gabriel to prevent Vic Park coming back in that quarter. And so now Vic Park have a lot to do in the final 15 minutes, because as we go into the final break, it is UWA 4, Vic Park 1. Andrew just rubbing out his notes, his final talk to his players. Will it be their final talk of the season, or can they find a way back into this match and take us into extra time golden goal? It's a big ask. 3 goals need to be scored without allowing UWA to get another one. And the way UWA have been defending, you just feel that that is going to be a very, very difficult proposition. Although, by the looks of things, they're starting straight away with an extra outfield player and have pulled the goalkeeper, Dom Hurd. Umpires just counting that there are only 11. So a brave move by Andrew Just. Probably the best move. There's no real other option, but he needs to keep possession, or his players do anyway. And it's lost by Ephraim's, and Ephraim's now advances. He's got Golding outside him, goes the opposite direction, and into the goal it goes. And Daniel Timms makes it 5-1. So the plan did not work, and possession was lost by one of their more experienced players, Matthew Dawson. And so Timms gets another goal for UWA. That's his 6th of the season. And that, you feel, has sealed Victoria Park's fate. Still not put the goalkeeper on. So they obviously feel it's worth trying to still chase this game. Wetton in a real tussle with Fraser Gerrard. Fisher now looking to feed it out wide. Chasing hard is Timms, but he won't keep that in play. Well, this is the 99th match of the 2020 season. The grand final will be the 100th, fittingly. And it looks as if UWA will be meeting Reds in the grand final next weekend. And it's been lost by Fisher. Battistessa has Gabriel going ahead of him. Battistessa into the circle, across the face of goal, but Gabriel was still running to try and get in position. Never even had his stick anywhere near a position where he could get a deflection past Starkey. Buzzico made the trip across from South Australia to play for UWA. And he could be playing in a grand final in his first season here in Western Australia. Collins closed down by Golding, gave it to Wickham, and Wickham for once took his eye off the ball and ran out of space, went over the sideline and kicked it out of play. Benfull now. Benfull carries it over halfway, chased all the time by Timms. Thomas to Benfull. Good ball down the line to Gabriel. Gabriel trying to get it inside the circle, but Fraser Gerrard read it well. Ephraim's feeds it now to Wickham. Don't forget there's no goalkeeper. Wickham trying to go inside the circle. Hits the outside of the goal frame. And he's claiming it should be a long corner. And then just stops the ball with his foot as he's running back. So Vic Park now 4 goals to make up in 11.5 minutes. Taylor helps it forward. Wickham again holds it for UWA. Gerrard. And Vic Park not happy with the decision. Flick of the wrists and high it goes to the far side into the sunshine. Golding should keep that in play. He does indeed. Takes on Benfull. And then a reverse stick, got the back of the stick. Tanamitsu sends it back to where it came from. So just a reminder, the grand finals will be live streamed next weekend. Just check out the Hockey WA social media pages or the website for details. We'll see Victoria Park women taking on Hale women. Neither team having ever won a premiership as Ephraim's breaks through. Dawson steals it. And it looks as if it's going to be Reds versus UWA in the men's at the moment, unless a minor miracle can happen. Comes wide to Tanamitsu. Down the line he goes. Brody Saar keeps it in play. Wickham, though, just stole it off the end of his stick. Good skills from Wickham again. He's gone past two through the legs of Tanemitsu. Wickham from his own corner, driving forward, now feeds it forward, looking for Ephraim's. Ephraim's looks up to try and feed it into the circle. Timms waits across the goal. On the outside of the goal it comes again, and then Wickham bangs it in on the reverse stick, and that's his 4th goal of the match, and it's the 6th goal for UWA. So Tom Wickham with another goal. That now takes him to 21 for the season. Well, in fact, there's a conversation going on at the moment. Is that going to be allowed or disallowed? Maybe I've jumped the gun. So no, it is not going to be a goal. Oh, Wickham, his little celebration now will be something he'll have to get a chance to do again. We're into the final 9 minutes now, and the big question is, can Vic Park close the margin? Taylor. Good square pass, top of the circle. Batistessa evades one challenge, but couldn't evade the second. It's a really good tackle coming in by Greenwood. Veitakanis can't get past Fraser Gerrard. Gerrard penalised, and not quite sure why, judging by his reaction. Wetton brings it down just inside the circle, finds a foot. That was brilliant by Wetton, such awareness, finding Jack Leversuch's foot. And a penalty corner for Vic Park, their 5th of the match. Is this the moment they give themselves the slimmest of chances to come back in this match? Shane Benford comes in from the side with the instructions from Andrew Just, the coach, then makes his way towards the baseline to inject. Tanemitsu at the first battery with Wetton stopping. Ben Taylor at the second with Veitakanis stopping. They go to Taylor. Taylor fires it low, it rebounds back, trying to get the shot away. Lowe's was there, but he couldn't, and it was swept over the baseline by UWA. Good defence again. Good save from Christian Starkey. Wetton now throws it wide to Benford. Benford into the circle, of almost evaded the challenge from Borza. And now it's Thomas trying to find a way in. Kobe Green in his way. And it will be a free hit just outside the circle. Borza again knew exactly what he was doing when he stopped that with his foot, just to break things up, delay the chance of being taken. And it's just not happening for Vic Park today. Just don't seem to be able to string it together around the circle, and maybe a lot of credit should go to UWA and Brendan Gans, who is their coach, has probably done his homework really well into the circle. And what a finish in the end. Well, that was a great run from inside his own half, and the confidence inside the circle to just fire that one home. And it is indeed a 6th goal now for UWA. And they really are on fire today. And it's Harry Golding who's got another goal. What a run of form he's been in. That is 10 goals now in the last 11 games for Harry Golding. So Golding is now got 14 goals in the season. As Batistessa carries forward, feeds it to Wetton. Wetton drills it in. The deflection's a good one, and it's evaded everyone. Well, I think it was Aidan Lowe's, and it's going to be a penalty corner. Lowe's thought it was going to just dribble in maybe at the back post as he deflected it back across Starkey. But it wasn't to be, and that probably sums up Vic Park's day. But they've got another penalty corner. Ben Full again, collects the ball, gives it to the ball boy. Tanemitsu at the first battery, Taylor at the second. Is this where they pull a goal back? Comes to Taylor. Taylor fires it low. Starkey saves. Come back to Dawson. Off the post it goes. So Starkey finally beaten, but his frame of his goal saves him. And that probably does sum up Vic Park today. They were caught on the hop early in this match. Goal within 31 seconds. They conceded a penalty corner. Goalkeeper beaten, and it then hit Jake Wetton on the legs at the back post. So penalty stroke awarded, which Tom Wickham converted. And then 6th minute, Jake Wetton pulled them level. But then a fantastic goal from Andrew Smith and another from Tom Wickham saw UWA in a 3-1 lead at the first break. Wickham made it 4-1, completed his hat-trick in the 21st minute. He's on the ball now. And, well, he loses possession this time. Batistessa stutters his way forward, shoots, and a Starkey just gets his toe on that one to take it round the post. Good save, Christian Starkey. Well, I did say pre-match I thought the goalkeepers would be a key figure in this game, and Starkey has made a couple of outstanding saves. A great double save from Jason Gabriel when it was at 4-1. And that was when there was plenty of time left for Vic Park to get back in the game, as Wetton looks to accelerate forward, coming across his Buzzico. Over the side it goes, and Wetton penalised for just catching Buzzico as he took the ball away from him. Fisher now brings the ball down, faced with Collins. Just helps it down the line to Ephraim's. Is he going to get his first goal? Dom Hurd back between the goals. A good save to deny Wickham. Up in the air it goes, and running into the circle was Jacob Evans. Evans comes back to win it back for UWA, and now carried forward by Borza. Free hit. Borza takes it quickly, squares it to Fisher. Fisher tried to play it on the angle, but well blocked by Brody Saar. Brody Saar trying to make his way forward, wins the free hit. Wetton still hasn't given up the ghost, he never will. Super pass, almost making the way through to Gabriel, but good defence from Leversuch. Leversuch, oh, just dispossessed. Gabriel looking to try and feed it to Aidan Lowe's, but this time Fisher takes it away. Thrown to the air, Ephraim's gets a touch. Tanemitsu's coming back. He cleans up at the back for Vic Park, plays it forward, but Smith, much to his own annoyance, just couldn't keep that one in play. Andrew Smith, who won premierships in 04, 05 and 07 with UWA. And then he headed off to the UK and had a spell with Hampstead and Westminster. And a mistake at the back between Borza and Leversuch. Hayden Vaitakanis wants to take the long corner quickly. South passes, but his pass is a weak one. Leversuch steals it back. Golding to Wickham. Back to Golding. Tanemitsu forcing Golding across the pitch and then steals it as Golding went to the air. Golding a little bit surprised, I think, that the ball was taken away from him. Thomas now for Victoria Park. Top of the circle. And was he impeded by Fraser Gerrard? The pass got through and it's gone wide from Brody Saar. Well, Gabriel did well to pick out Saar at the front post, but he just couldn't get his shot on target. So we're into the final 2.5 minutes now. Top of the circle, another shot. Dom Hurd save to deny Golding a second. Fisher, though, will pick up the loose ball for UWA. Scuffs it into the circle. Tanemitsu cleans up as it came away from Ephraim's. Ephraim still waiting for his first goal for his club over here in Western Australia. Nathan Ephraim's, who played for Southern United in Victoria. Oh, and Jacob Evans, a big shove in the back that time. Flicked in the air. Kane Evans brings it down into the circle. Long way off target that time. So the final 2 minutes of Vic Park's season being played out before you now. UWA will be playing in the grand final against Reds next weekend. Sasha Thomas looking to still get a goal back for Vic Park. Wins a free hit. Batistessa gives it to Thomas to take. Thomas goes wide to Wetton. Wetton checks back. Fisher gives chase. Wetton into the circle. Right along the baseline. Jake Wetton still trying to go. Wetton still going. Eventually taken away from him by Fraser Gerrard. Penalty corner won by Vic Park. And credit must go to the defence of UWA. As I said, Vic Park, 28 penalty corners scored this season. And they've had now, this is their 7th penalty corner. And so far, Christian Starkey and his defence have kept them at bay. So Vic Park will not have 2 teams in the grand final in 2020. Collins makes his way down to the baseline this time. Ben Taylor and Matthew Dawson at the first battery. Taylor at the second. They go to Dawson. It slipped back and good save again by Starkey. Bircher trying to get the shot away. It's hit the foot again. It'll be another penalty corner. Cam Geddes frustrated he couldn't get his foot out of the way. Well, Starkey has had a great game. And I'm sure UWA will be hoping he has a equally as good a game next week against Reds, because he's going to have to work just as hard at penalty corners when you got Blake Govers and Jeremy Hayward to face. Out it comes again. Dawson fires it low down this time and does get a consolation goal for Vic Park. But it's a little bit just too late. 6-2 the score now. And we are in the final minute of the match. But a little punctuation mark on the end of the season for Vic Park. UWA just dribbling it forward, running down the clock. Nobody really attempting to tackle Cam Geddes, and the handshakes will start. It's all over. Ephraim shakes hands with Dawson, and it is UWA, after a really sizzling first quarter, who put their big foot in the grand final, and then their body has followed later as they got goals in the second quarter and then 2 in the fourth quarter, albeit while Vic Park had pulled their goalkeeper. So UWA are back in the grand final and looking to try and win their 12th premiership. Their opponents will be Reds. That game will be live streamed next weekend. Tom Wickham with a hat-trick. Andrew Smith with a single goal. Along with him, Daniel Timms and Harry Golding, who continues his rich vein of form, scoring now in 10 of 11 games. An emphatic victory for UWA. The final score here, UWA 6, Vic Park 2.